Welcome back to Sepulkrum. Look what I got. Got this as a gift from my father-in-law when I was on vacation. It was dead, had a dead battery. Look at the straps, it was broken. One of the spring bars here was stuck, so I had to rip it to be able to take it out, break it. I managed to save one of the spring bars, but not to worry. I got brand new ones. While I was on vacation, I managed to buy a Energizer battery, but I'm gonna replace it today with a Panasonic, which they should arrive today from Amazon, and got brand new strap, part number 71604-350. As you can see, it has a 19 millimeter lug width and a brand new O-ring. As you can see, it uses the same O-ring as a 6600 and a 6900. So it was a little bit dirty. I did clean it up. I did not have proper tools, so I just used one of those cheapo screwdrivers to fix like glasses, because the first thing I wanted to check was to see if it had like battery leakage. Luckily it didn't. It still had the original battery, and this is from the first version, international. So you can see it's DW-290T, so it's not the Japanese version. That's the battery right there I installed over there. 2016. Check out the O-ring. Flat, flat, flat. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I want to close it back up, and I'm going to wash it. I'm probably going to use this little brush on my Dremel and soap to get in between all these areas right here and see how it turns out. And I'll be back. All right, check it out. I think I did a pretty good job here. Cleaned it up as good as I can. Polished the glass a little bit. Of course, those scratches cannot be removed unless you sand the glass, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to bring this back to brand new condition. I want to clean it up. Very difficult to get into these little crevices here, but next thing to do is to remove the buttons, to relube the O-rings. Being that you can't remove the bezel like oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh boy. I gotta find a way to clean that without getting the inside of the glass dirty. I'm gonna have to maybe cover the inside with radical. I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to figure it out. I think I'm missing one O-ring. There it is. All right, let me see what I can do. All right, so after thinking about it and seeing how much gunk is in there, I've come to the conclusion that the only thing that needs to be done is to remove the glass and throw the whole thing into the ultrasonic cleaner. 45 the bottom. Hopefully nothing breaks. I'm using a rectangular 25, I think this is. Like this. Which means I just spent the last hour cleaning everything very carefully, and I wasted my time. Well, something came out. See, it has glue. But it did come out. Oh, now I could get. I thought this thing would come out completely, but it was part of the case. So I push it back in place. No big deal. I can remove all this glue with some glue gun and throw it into the ultrasonic. And I'll be back. Check it out. Nice and clean. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at the glass. Remove all that gunk from that double-sided tape, which we do not need. The water resistant comes from the packing seal. I might have to order a new one, just in case. Look at the buttons. They look brand new after cleaning and polishing them. Let me show you a picture of one polished and one unpolished, so you can see the difference. To polish them, I'm using this product here, the Wenol. There is this red version, which is a little bit more abrasive, and there is the blue version. So either one will work. The red one is just, like I said, a little bit more abrasive. I also use that on the glass on some watches. It's not going to remove the scratches, or it's not going to add any additional scratches, but it's going to remove like that old gunk that's been sitting there. If you watch my previous video on the GD 400 here, you've seen that this glass had like soap stuck to it. That's what I use to remove all that soap residue. So what I have to do now is just reverse everything. I have to lube the buttons here. This is how I do it. Remove those little O-rings. I'm going to install the buttons first, and then I'm going to do the glass. And of course, this is not a watch that I'm going to be using. It's just going to stay in the collection. See, by polishing it, you guarantee that the buttons are going to go in and out smoothly. Look at that. All I got to do now is install the C-clips, and I'll be back because my vision is very bad today. All right. C-clips are in. Let's do the glass. Make sure you're doing correct side up. Make sure it's clean. I'm going to try to see if I could get a brand new case center. If I can, it's going to be awesome. Alright, the glass is in. I'm gonna have to repolish it a little bit because of the rubber, but no big deal. The new batteries have not arrived yet, so the one installed is brand new, so I guess I'll do a video later on how to do a battery swap on this watch, even though it's not rocket science. All you gotta do is lift that tab and take that out. All right, I need to find my little, here it is, just to make sure I could press it. Like I said, all you do is come from this side, lift here, and that'll pop open, and you can remove it. New O-ring. Close that up. Let's make sure the O-ring is inside the channel. There. Find the back cover. Try to align it without moving it back and forth. That way the O-ring doesn't come out of the channel. Do it cross pattern here. If you want to do a screen test, you do A, B, and C. Let me see if I can do it. There it is. If you want to move to the next screen, you press B. On this watch, it doesn't do it. Why? Because it is the original old model, the 1189. If it had the other module, which is, I think, is the 3231, it's basically the same as the 3229 on the DW-5600. And when you press here, you'll see 3229 on the screen. All right, so new spring bars. Remember to check your humidity. My heat mat is on underneath all of this. There. There it is. All right, let me pick all of this up and I'm back. Check it out. It looks pretty nice. Let's check the light. Bam. All right, so I happen to have one spot open on this case, and that's where it's gonna go. Right here. With all the DW-6900. And I don't remember if this is the old 5600. I think it is. 1545. Yep. So those two modules are basically the same thing. They're only good until the year, is it 2031? I'll put it up on the screen. I'll look it up when I'm editing. I really like this one too, with the needle. Haven't done anything else with this one. The sniper right here. The one I stole, the knurling light button. The best looking DW, well no, it's this one. Best looking DW-6900. This one comes in second place after I changed the module. I still gotta fix this one. The glass is all beat up. But that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. Peace out.